What's up, everybody, and welcome to Real Time for the Real Everyday Movie Fan. I'm Ryan Murphy.
I'm Josh Williams.
And I'm James Sheridan.
And today we are here to give you our real-time reaction to the 1 minute long Super Bowl commercial for the Lord of the Rings of Power. And I have to say, oh gosh, this is, I mean, I haven't told you guys this, but I spent the past decade avoiding watching the Hobbit movies. I watched the first one in theaters and I was like, well, that was something else. So I
like
last night, actually this morning, because it was from midnight to about 3 a.m. So this morning I watched The Hobbit 2, and I was like,
Desolation of Smog,
and I was like,
God.
oh my God,
I've still not watched the third one.
Like, the movie ended the line, what have we done? And I'm like, what have you done? That was horrifying.
That one lost me.
They take Tolkien's pure material and they just yeah. So this is not Peter Jackson, obviously, but like, this is just like, if you don't know, like even the Lord of the Rings original trilogy, which, you know, most fans, or at least many fans, really adored. There's definitely Lord of the Rings fans haters of the movies. Like, even they made a joke about that on Parks and Recreation, that what's his name, Ben, is I didn't care for Peter Jackson's version of the material. But like, to the biggest haters on that was Christopher Tolkien. There was J.R.R. Tolkien's son, who's also the artist for the maps in the books, who has since passed away. And he like disowned his son because his son like was okay with the film rights going to them or something like that. It was like, it's crazy. Like, so I can only think, if Christopher Tolkien was alive today, what he would have to say about this TV series. I'm sure it'll be something else.
Well, the first teaser they dropped for it was kind of dope, because they did this whole like molten metal thing into the like burnt, like melting into the logo, and everyone thought it was CG. And they released not too long ago an actual behind the scenes footage of, no, that was all live. They had like slow motion cameras, like very high speed cameras going over this thing as they were like just pouring molten metal into this logo and then cooling it with water. And it's like, that is a cool ass way to introduce your movie or your show.
Now, I like the first Hobbit, The Unexpected Journey, and it still holds a place in my heart because that was the last movie me and my grandmother saw together, and it was the last one she saw actually before she passed away. So it still holds a really special place, Marcia. And she grew up on the Hobbit books, she grew up on Lord of the Rings books, so she adored them, and I remember she really liked it. But for this show, I'm really excited because of what I've been hearing is that they've gone back to doing practical effects, a lot of practical filmmaking.
They always say that.
There's obviously going to be CG and visual effects, but from what I've heard, they're going back to the roots of like how Peter Jackson did with the original trilogy. So that's what makes me kind of excited to see that. But we'll see with this trailer, guys. So we were all ready to watch this.
We're already watching. So this is going to be I think obviously the forging of the rings with Sauron doing his thing, and
the seven, isn't it the 7 rings of power?
It's 7 for dwarves, 9 for men, 3 for elves, and the 1 ring that was
that's right,
forged. Yeah. Okay. So already.
So here we go.
3.
Go ahead, Ryan.
2, 1, go.
Haven't you ever wondered what else is out
pretty
there?
location.
That looks beautiful.
There's wonders in this world beyond our wandering.
That's a big moose.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
Peter Pan.
Oh, that looks cool.
Zelda?
Holy cow. Oh wow, that looks cool.
That wasn't
much to go off of, but just visually it was stunning. I mean, wow, that looked really, really good. And from what I can tell, even it's hard to tell if any of that stuff was CG or if that was real, honestly.
Well, obviously the big cities were CG, but
not necessarily, because they in the original films they did a lot of like miniature like I mean, we call them miniatures. They called them bigatures because they'd be like the size of a giant warehouse,
right?
Just like full of detail, and they take like little lipstick cameras and pass them through there. And Of course, there was like some CG to dress things up and to give sky and background and all that stuff, but like a lot of that may have been practical, and I'm kind of excited to see that. Is
Yeah.
that whose hand I think it is at the end? Because I haven't heard casting for a certain character.
Who?
Hagrid?
No,
Who?
that looked like Ian McKellen's hand.
Oh,
That looks like
oh,
Gandalf's
like-
hand.
Oh, like a Gandalf is from as far as like him as a child or him as a young
you know,
person?
Gandalf was never a child. How dare you, blasphemer!
I mean, Gandalf's been around for many, many, many years.
Gandalf was, I think, the lore is that he was created as an adult, as a being by God, essentially.
Yeah, he's supposed to be an angel in that realm.
Essentially, yeah. This is interesting. I'm looking up at this. There's Elrond. They're gonna have Elrond, Galadriel, and Isildur. So it is gonna be pretty near the time of the first War of the Ring.
But it's all recast, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay.
So cast it
Okay.
into the fire, destroy it.
So it takes place during the Second Age.
Mhm.
I will say one of my all-time favorite teaser trailers will always be the first Lord of the Rings teaser trailer. When you see the Fellowship come over the hill,
Mm.
and it's the first time we've ever seen any of them in live action before. Because
Mhm.
like we'd had a couple cartoon versions prior to that,
Yeah.
and like a few near misses. Famously, like the Beatles tried to put together a Lord of the Rings film that fell apart. But just the breathtaking scope of like, I just read the books like 6 months before that in anticipation, and seeing all of these characters in live action for the first time was the most exciting visual I had seen since seeing the Ninja Turtles in live action for the first time. Of like just seeing something that you've imagined for so long
Mhm.
in a real
So-
tangible world, and it was like that will forever be one of my favorite teasers.
If Elrond is coming back, does that mean the actor is going to come back as well? But
No,
they're
it's
gonna,
all
like-
recast. Like because of
Oh.
Isildur's in the show, I feel like this is going to take place just in the few years preceding
Yeah.
Sauron taking over, and then of course probably will
The
have
war.
climax with the prologue to the Fellowship of the Ring with the
Yeah.
battle on the slopes of Mount Doom. And
I still have a feeling
cast
they're
into
going to
the
try and
fire.
dress. I don't think this is going to be a one-off season. I think they're going to really
No,
try. And,
it could go on for years, but it'll be the few years preceding that.
right.
So
I agree.
Just as long
Yeah.
as they don't Game of Thrones this and tank it in the last season.
We'll
Like,
see.
this looks like it has potential. I was iffy on it, but
Yeah,
visually it's up there. So
it's stunning for sure.
I'll need
All
to
right,
see some
folks.
plot, but that
Right. We'll probably get it's coming out in September. I'm guaranteed we'll at least get 2 more trailers before this movie.
and I'll probably have read the Silmarillion by then, finally. So
I'll get
All
the
right,
Coulson
folks.
notes.
That'll do us for today. Thank you very much for watching. More importantly, what did you think of the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power show coming to us from Amazon Prime? Leave your comments in the section below. Let us know whether you liked it or not, and give us some of your hopes coming forward to the series, what you're hoping to see, what you're hoping they're going to do. Jump in the comments and let us know. Also, if you like what you watch, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you can receive all of our great content we have for you here on ReelTime. That'll do us for today. Again, I'm Josh Williams,
I'm Ryan Murphy
And I'm James Sheridan.
and thank you for keeping it real.
with ReelTime.
For Frodo.